Expansion starts here, the podcast. My name is Rhett Butler, and as usual, I'm bringing you everything EDC related, straight from the source, baby. Today is no different. I have Cesar Cucufate, Small Business Development Manager for Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. Cesar, what's up, man?
Appreciate you, Rhett.
Thanks for coming over.
Bro.
We appreciate it. It's always good to bring the good people that we work with every day. Before we dive into your current programming, which I know you have amazing things coming on the horizon, one of those things, we're going to get into the AI world.
Yes, sir.
Which is coming back, and that did major things last year. But share a bit about your professional journey. You know, I know obviously you started in one capacity here during a time when we were with the ARPA grants and that kind of stuff. Correct. And now you're running small business program development. Talk about this, man.
So I got here right after, well, not right after COVID, but you know, like
pretty
close after COVID. At that point, we still had ARPA dollars, American Rescue Plan Act funds. That's right. We were utilizing.
Shout out to Joe Biden.
Yep. Hey,
that was clutch.
But so I was kind of in charge of programming and directing where those funds would be going, what kind of programming. I was, reaching out, doing cold calling to local businesses to lead training for other small businesses here.
Yes.
But so here we are 2 years later.
Wow, it's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Yeah, I'm having a good time as small business development manager.
Right.
It's certainly been a little bit of a transition. I've had to expand my skill base a little bit, and of course my knowledge. But that's part of the job, and I'm happy to be here and be growing every day.
And I love it. Self-improvement is always the method.
Yes, sir.
To a better day. Grow Prince George's, since you talked about the things that you started with, was definitely under your purview, and it was expansive.
Yes.
And impactful. I mean, tell people a little bit about what that was, since you mentioned the ARPA grant, because it touched so many different sectors. I think we probably shocked the game into understanding we the best.
We the best. We the best. So to give you an idea of the scale of the program, I believe we reached over 1,400 businesses in about a year and a half. We had programming from small business accelerators to artificial intelligence programming, marketing, website development, QuickBooks training. So it ranged from all kinds of things. All kinds of things. The objective.
Did you guys do stuff for people that own daycares too? Like you guys did everything.
Yes, we did. Yes, an early childhood educator accelerator.
Jeez,
the purview was pretty much everything. The objective being, the development of the small businesses out here in Prince George's County.
I think it even bled into like the stuff that was going on with M&T Bank. And Rocio for the Spanish-speaking community.
Exactly. We wanna be able to enrich all of Prince George's County, through targeted programming. Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to M&T Bank, Vicky, Carla, the whole squad. We love you, Karalia.
Yes, absolutely.
AI for small business with the Robert H. Smith School of Business, University of Maryland, College Park. This is an amazing program. I mean, last year for me and the marketing team, it was easy for us to talk to the media about it. They were picking up on it immediately. And after going to the sessions and seeing, number one, not only the way you guys did it, but the reaction from what they were learning, it was like a light bulb went off in their head. And we know the whole world is moving towards AI. And I got to give you props, because even when you brought folks here to teach us, we learned a lot about how to give it prompts and really make AI our friend instead of it looking like a scary thing that's coming.
Exactly.
But talk about what's about to happen with the AI for small business program.
So absolutely. About a year and a half ago, we were aiming to expand our programming into artificial intelligence education for small businesses. The University of Maryland Robert H. Smith School of Business was actually one of the organizations that responded to our request. Of course, working with a prestigious school like the University of Maryland, how
can't beat it.
Exactly. So it took a couple months of work, but we got it done. The last time around, we had about 50 businesses.
Wow.
It was a month and a half long program online that culminated in a 2-day boot camp. It was.
Okay, that's what I went to, the boot camp. Yeah, that was
huge.
That was huge.
Over in the Discovery District at UMD. Cool. This year, we have space for 25 individuals that have been selected. we try to diversify the industries, the size of the business, just to get a variety of businesses into the program. And we want to be able to see how artificial intelligence and all the adjacent technology can impact all kinds of businesses.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the goal there.
Yeah, I love the tweaks, and you guys showed me so many facilities at Robert H. Smith that I didn't even know existed. Like, I hadn't been over there, and those places were amazing. So shout out to them. Looking ahead, do you foresee additional cohorts or AI-centered programming as a long-term part of your small business strategy?
Yes, absolutely. So we see even from today to a year ago to 2 years ago, the advancement of these LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude AI. The things that they can do is
break that down. LLM, what does that mean?
So I believe it's large language model.
There we go.
And these, what I call them robots. I call them robots.
They are robots.
They analyze,
Right.
a lot of language, so to speak,
Data,
to see how to interact
Nice.
in accordance to the language that we use.
Amazing.
So yeah, the point was we want to be able, as this technology progresses, we want to be able to give small businesses and people who might not be so well versed in AI the opportunity to venture into this realm.
Yeah, I think this has to be one of the things that makes this organization stand out above most, because the way it's happening, the way you guys are curating this is pretty amazing. You work closely with business owners from all industries and backgrounds. Are there any success stories that stand out to you that you're proud of, or just examples of entrepreneurs that have taken the resources and really flourished in the county?
So I'd like to give a quick shout out to Miss Julie Wilson from Julie
Shout out to
Alexandra
Julie.
Living up in Upper Marlboro near Main Street. Definitely check her out when you guys can. I also want to give a shout out to Miss Carolina Young, Carolina.
Shout out to
she
Carolina.
is a federal worker, or she was a federal worker who transitioned into entrepreneurship as a result of all the actions, during the past 3 months.
Right. Shout out to Procurement 360.
Hey, yup. Hey, shout out to us.
Shout out to us again.
Shout out to Carolina for transitioning the way she has. Her business has took off running. She's already, been asking me in a month's time span, asking me, okay, where can I hire people now? So, good news.
That's huge.
Good news. In the face of everything grim, there is opportunity.
That's right.
And we are the avenue, or we'd like to be the avenue to help you guys, obtain that.
Yeah, and speaking of which, because of the landscape and the way people are feeling, what other initiatives, because I know you have so many programs coming up, what other initiatives should people be on the lookout for? Because to your point, now's the time where people might have to pivot from what they used to do into thinking in new ways. And we know the EDC provides resources for them to get that new thinking. What other things should we be looking out for that you have coming down the pipeline?
So right now, we actually have Government Contracting Academy going on to educate small business owners and entrepreneurs a little more.
And that's with the Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, exactly. Shout out to Ken.
Shout out to them.
To educate small business owners on the steps to, doing business with the government, kind of in that entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
To those looking to transition from, taking their federal workforce skills and into entrepreneurship.
Right.
Also down the line, pretty soon we'll have some website development training.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier, do we wish the AI to be a continued thing? Yes, we'd love to partner with the University of Maryland every year. That's the goal. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout. If you're not already aware, PGCEDC.com.
Yes.
Check out our newsletter. That will get you aware and hip to everything.
Absolutely. Cesar, we appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
To his point, BizBuzz, get the newsletter, PGCEDC.com. It's all up there. Cesar Cucufate is one of the reasons why expansion starts here.